Rwanda, a small, landlocked country in East Africa, is often defined by its tragic past. Yet its history is a tapestry woven with threads of resilience, culture, and transformation. Before the world knew it as the site of one of the most harrowing genocides in modern history, Rwanda was a kingdom, rich in tradition and community. The Kingdom of Rwanda emerged in the 15th century, ruled by a monarchy that fostered a complex society of Hutu, Tutsi, and Twa peoples. These groups coexisted, sharing a common language, Kinyarwanda, and a deep connection to the land, which was lush and fertile, often referred to as the Land of a Thousand Hills. The Tutsi minority, traditionally seen as the ruling class, were pastoralists, while the Hutu majority were primarily agriculturalists. This division was not merely about ethnicity, it was also about socio-economic status and power dynamics. Colonial powers, first the Germans and later the Belgians, exacerbated these divisions in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. The Belgians, in particular, implemented a system of identity cards that classified individuals based on ethnicity, deepening the rift between Hutu and Tutsi. This colonial legacy sowed seeds of resentment and discord, transforming a society that had once thrived on cooperation into one marked by suspicion and division. As Rwanda approached independence in the early 1960s, tensions escalated. The Hutu Revolution in 1959 led to the overthrow of the Tutsi monarchy and the establishment of a Hutu-led government. Thousands of Tutsis were killed, and many more were forced into exile. This was the beginning of a cycle of violence that would haunt the nation for decades. The new Hutu-led regime sought to consolidate power, often at the expense of the Tutsi population, who were marginalized and subjected to discrimination. The 1970s and 1980s saw the rise of the Rwandan Patriotic Front, RPF, a rebel group composed largely of Tutsi exiles. The RPF sought to reclaim their rights and land, and tensions continued to simmer beneath the surface. In 1990, civil war erupted when the RPF invaded Rwanda, igniting a conflict that would ultimately culminate in unimaginable horror. The international community watched with a mix of indifference and disbelief as the situation spiraled out of control. In April 1994, the assassination of President Juvenal Habyarimana, a Hutu, triggered a genocide that would last 100 days. In that brief span, an estimated 800,000 Tutsis and moderate Hutus were slaughtered, often in the most brutal ways imaginable. Neighbors turned on neighbors, friends became enemies, and the world stood by, paralyzed by inaction. The genocide was not just a failure of the Rwandan people, it was a failure of humanity. The international community, despite having been warned, failed to intervene, leaving Rwanda to descend into chaos. Yet, from the ashes of this devastation, Rwanda began to rebuild. Under the leadership of the RPF, led by Paul Kagame, the country embarked on a journey of recovery and reconciliation. The focus was on healing the wounds of the past, fostering unity, and building a new national identity. The Gakaka court system was established to address the crimes of genocide, allowing communities to confront their past while promoting forgiveness and understanding. Today, Rwanda is often cited as a model of development and progress in Africa. With a focus on education, technology, and gender equality, it has transformed itself into a beacon of hope. The scars of the genocide remain, and the memory of those lost can never be erased. But the Rwandan people have shown an incredible capacity for resilience. They have chosen to look forward, to build a future that honors the past while striving for a harmonious coexistence. Rwanda's story is not just one of tragedy. It is also a testament to the strength of the human spirit, the power of community, and the possibility of redemption.